Hi, it's Julie. Welcome back. This haul is from several YouTubers that I watch on a regular basis, and there are many more where I have bought what they have recommended and it's worked out wonderfully. But these things I've bought more recently, and I just wanted to share them with you. So I will start with the VITA LIBERATA Body Blur, and Nathalie TheBeautyDiva recommended this a while back, and I bought it and hung on to it. I was a little nervous. I thought if I sweat, if I'm out in the heat, if I'm sitting down for a long period of time in shorts or a dress, that this might transfer and look like makeup on my body. So I was very hesitant. I did hear a couple other YouTubers say that they also use this and that it did transfer slightly onto the inside of their clothing, but that it washed right out, and they were never in a position where it seemed really kind of embarrassing or super obvious or anything. So I have since scrubbed off all of my self-tanning. I'm very pale normally, so what I did is I just put this on. I got out of the shower, I moisturized, let that dry down, and then I put this on. My arms, shoulders, right up here at the top of my chest, a little bit on my neck, just slightly, and on the backs of my hands. So you can tell, and this is the medium. What is it called? Medium? Yeah, just medium. And it is not super dark, but you can see the colors. The only problem that I see with this, and maybe those of you, Nathalie, who use this, what do you do with sunscreen? Do you just put it, once this has dried down, do you just put it on top of it? Because my concern is that once I put sunscreen on, and I put quite a bit, that it will lift the body blur up. And I didn't put it on beforehand, so I'm not quite sure how that will work out. That would be my only concern, but I really like how it looks. It has a nice satin finish. It looks natural. I haven't worn it for that long, but I'm excited to try it, and I'll let you know, I'll update you in the future how that went. Then I was watching Mrs. Ginger Beauty is her channel. Karen is her name, and she was talking about an eyeshadow primer that she used because she had a hard time getting pigments and things to really show their true color on her eyelid. I thought if this particular eyeshadow primer causes pigments to really pop and really work and stay, then it would work just the same, I would assume, with regular eyeshadow, that it would cause it to last and really show its true color. So I tested it out. My normal eyeshadow primer that I use is MAC Painterly Paint Pot. So I did that on my left lid yesterday and today. And then on my right lid, I used this SMASHBOX 24-hour Photo Finish Primer. Now with my MAC, it is highly pigmented, a flesh tone color, my flesh tone color. And so when I put it on, it covers up all my veins, any redness, any discoloration on my lid, and gives it this clean canvas. This does not. Looks like that. That's it right there. It goes on clear like that. It's kind of a dimethicone feeling eyeshadow primer, but you can see my veins and all of the discoloration through it. So when I first put it on, I didn't have a lot of hope, but I don't think the camera will pick this up. I'll get close and close my eyes. On my right lid is that primer, and on my left is the other. And I can see in my bathroom lighting and in my little lighted mirror that my right eyeshadow yesterday and today is more true to the color. It's a little darker, a little brighter. Let me show you again. I hope you can see. I just kind of have a feeling you won't be able to tell the difference. It definitely does showcase the shadow color a little bit better. So I believe this was a hit as well. Those of you who are new to this community, who are new to watching YouTube, to get recommendations and tutorials for over 40, 50, 60 and beyond, this community is absolutely wonderful. And so I believe that most of you watching this will already know all of these YouTubers, but for those of you who are new, please look down under the show more arrow and look up these other YouTubers. They're absolutely amazing. I was watching Little Poet, and that would be Susan, and she loves to incorporate music. I love watching and listening to her videos. She's very different in her style and her approach. Love her channel. So she was talking about things that she's been loving lately, her favorites, and one of the things was this SONIA KASHUK. Now this is damp, so it's huge, but it's so pretty, the marbleization on it. I picked it up at Target for $7, and she was excited because it's so big that it really does the trick quite quickly, and it's got that nice edge like a Real Techniques sponge has, and the point as well. I found the point to be too flimsy to really like get underneath my eye, but I can do around my nose nicely with it, and then I just use the flat part for underneath my eye. So this is damp, that's how big it is. And here's a L'Oreal one that I like as well, just so you see the size difference, and I dampened it too so you could see. But I really like this SONIA KASHUK sponge. It really does a nice job, and I like the texture of it. So there's that. And then I was watching Marlene from Marlene Fab and Glam. She was talking about her favorite foundations for the hot summer months, and this was one of them, and it's by LANCOME. It's the Beauty Balm. Looks like that. It's pretty new. I got it in the number 3 natural color. It's got an SPF of 30. I love this. My favorite CC cream, BB cream, is by IT Cosmetics. It's not the illumination one, it's their regular one. I love that one. Normally I'm in light. Right now I can do medium and self-tanning my face a bit. I can do the number 3 in the Lancome. I love this. I think it does just as good of a job as the IT Cosmetics. It's got that nice light to medium coverage depending on how much you put on. You can use your fingers. I used that beauty sponge this morning with it. Love the finish and texture and coverage of this. Great suggestion, Marlene. Love it. Watching Hot and Flashy, Angie, she was saying that one of her favorite of the month, I think last month or the month before, was this COVERGIRL eyebrow, what is it called? Easy Breezy Brow Sculpt and Set. This one's in soft blonde. I have never used, and it comes in this cool container, and the little brush pops out of the lid, which is kind of fun. You unscrew it, and it's this little pot, and then you've got this brush. It's quite tiny, and you paint it basically onto your eyebrows. I've never used anything like this. I've always used a pencil. It does not come with a spoolie, but I've used it a couple times. I've gotten better at it, and my eyebrows are darker than they normally are with the pencil. I think I go light-handed with the pencil, but I really like it. It's kind of fun. It takes a little bit more time for me than the pencil, but it does an excellent job. It is not noticeable. It doesn't look like paint on your eyebrows or anything like that. It's very natural. I just take a spoolie that I have and run it through my brows, and it looks great. I really do like how my eyebrows have turned out with this COVERGIRL product. So that's from Angie. And then Kathy from Kathy's BeautyCareChats recommended, and has always recommended, I believe ever since I started watching her, this mascara from Essence. It's the Lash Princess, and it's the purple one specifically, the Sculpted Volume Mascara. I went everywhere looking for this. I went to Target and Walmart and Ulta. Ulta was out every time I would go in. I went in for weeks and they would always be out. So finally I went on to the Ulta website. I went to Walgreens too. Nobody carries this here in my town, but I went online to Ulta, picked up 3 of them. They're $4.99. That blew me away because I have paid $25 for really good mascara and enjoyed it. Mascaras don't last forever. You can use them, you know, they recommend for up to 3 months, and then you really do need to change them out. This is really great, Kathy. I do enjoy it. I like the shape of the brush. I like a natural brush. I like the little curve, and it distributes a good amount. It doesn't get super clumpy or anything like that. I'm loving this. This is great mascara, especially for the price. I was watching Brianna Stanko, and she started talking about this summer how she was wearing the COLORSCIENCE Lip Shine lip gloss. It has an SPF of 35. This one's in the color Rose. It's kind of like your natural, at least my natural lip color, maybe a little bit more color. Has a slight scent. It's not offensive and it's not very strong. This lip gloss is definitely different than any other lip gloss that I have. It is very, very thin, and it has a lot of pigment. It's a very, very thin formula. Let me put it on the back of my hand for you. It's a very thin formula. It's not sticky, not thick, doesn't taste like anything. It dries slightly. It's not drying, it's not matte. It keeps its shine, and it doesn't dry out your lips, but it doesn't have that super moisturizing feeling that a lot of lip glosses can give you, at least initially. So it's a very different formula. I like it because the SPF that I have used in the past has been in the form of like a chapstick type balm, or Vanity Cream, which is really nice, comes out and it's very thick, and with zinc you get that white cast. This, you don't get any cast. I love that you have color and you have protection at the same time. I want to continue using it a little bit more before I purchase another color, because I'm already kind of excited thinking I want the brighter pink. So far I'm loving this. I think it's a great idea. I was watching Beauty by Anne-Marie, and she had done a separate video on volumizing the backs of her hands, which you get over 50, you definitely, your ears perk up. You think, okay, what can I do for my hands? She recommended this by STRIVECTIN. It's the volumizing hand cream. She had said that she put it on at night. The next morning her daughter said, Mom, the backs of your hands, they look amazing. They look, better. And so I was super excited and purchased one right away. It is really a nice hand cream. I wouldn't say that I have had the same result. I used it every night for a while, and then sometimes during the day. Let me show you what it looks like. There it is. And it has great ingredients in it. I believe it has hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. There's that. But for the price and for the results that I've had, I wouldn't say that it's worth it for me. But it just could be my own results. I don't feel that my hands look any more plumped. What I could do to kind of boost my regular hand cream is to get some drops from The Ordinary, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, put a drop or two in as I'm putting it on before I go to bed. Would save a whole lot of money and might have just similar results, which would be fairly minimal for me, but I'm enjoying it, but I will not repurchase this particular hand cream. But I'm really happy for Anne-Marie that she's had that kind of result, because I would have loved to have had that as well. Then I was watching Renee from Gothamista. If you don't watch her, check her out. She has this very peaceful, pleasant manner. She does all things skincare. She does a little bit of makeup, but mostly her thing is skincare. And so she had recommended by SUPERGOOP this glow stick. And she's the only one that I've heard talk about it. SPF 50. It is not mineral, it is chemical. And what you do is you push it up, kind of like, those push pops that you would get in the summertime when you're little. It pushes up, but it will also push down. It looks like a little deodorant stick. It's clear. It feels like water when you put it on. It just goes on like a liquefied oil, but it's not runny or anything. It gives such a beautiful sheen to your skin when you put it on. And see, I put that on over the VITA LIBERATA and nothing came off onto it. So that's good to know. But you can see, if you have really dry skin and you have a hard time keeping a shine, say on your cheek like that. Can you see that? It's like a really healthy highlighter, and I don't wear highlighters, but it's SPF 50 sunscreen. I wouldn't put this all over my face because it's too shiny. Also, I don't like chemical sunscreen necessarily on my face, but on my cheekbones, on my chest when I'm driving. I could have this in my bag and put it, you know, reapply it on my collarbones. Excuse me, on my collarbones, on my shoulders. It's just really, really pretty. See, I like it. It's going to last me forever because I would only use it on those small areas of my skin. Then my last two will be younger YouTubers. Shaz from BlondeTeaParty had recommended this one, and it's by Too Faced. It's the Hangover RX 3-in-1 Primer and Setting Spray. I got the travel size because I wasn't really sure. I'm not a huge setting spray or face mister kind of person. But because I've been recently using some powder foundation occasionally, I did want to make sure that I had something to spray over it to make sure that it really incorporated into my skin and I didn't have any of that powdery look. So this smells really nice. It's not strong. It just has a nice kind of crisp, wake you up sort of scent. I am really liking this, especially if I put on bronzer and blush. I just do a quick spritz before I put mascara on, and it feels so good in the heat. It just feels very refreshing, very nice, and it definitely takes away that powdery look. It's not one of those really, really light misters that kind of really comes at you. At least mine does. But I am really enjoying this. I'm really happy to have it. Thank you, Shaz. And then the last person I'm sure most of you know about, KathleenLights is her name. She was doing a drugstore haul, I believe, and had recommended this brand new product from L'Oreal. It is the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted Scented Blush, and this is in Bashful. Comes in this kind of thick plastic container and smells like peaches, but you have to get your nose really close to it. It's not one where you open the lid and it all comes out like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's not like that. But you can smell the peach when you get your nose up there. Then when you open it, again, there's no brush, but there is a mirror. And this color, Bashful, is kind of color that I really like. There it is on my brush. It is more of a natural sort of nudie color with a little bit of shimmer, which I don't always go for. It's kind of a satiny, more of a satiny, glowy shimmer color. I'll come up close and put a little bit more on so you maybe can see it, because I always go pretty light on blush and that kind of thing. But there's that. You can still see that sunscreen kind of glowing on my cheek, but this is a great color for me. It was just a perfect choice to go ahead and try this. Hopefully you found something interesting that you would really like to try in my little haul. I'm so glad that you spent some time with me, and I hope you have a great summer.